What's good, YouTube? In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a 7-foot center that has a very similar playstyle than none other than Joel Embiid. Arguably the best center in the league last year. You already know this is going to be a very good build. I'm going to show you a couple of really cool ways to modify this build to make it fit your playstyle. So please pay attention to everything I have to say so you don't miss out on any important information. If you skip ahead, you're more than likely going to miss out on some of the modifications that I show you, which can be really important later on in the year. The only thing that I ask of you is that if this build video helps you out in any way at all, please don't forget to hit the like button on this video. It's going to help boost the algorithm to this video, and I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so this can really help me out. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications if you want to see more build tutorial videos just like this. Now, one last thing I want to mention before we get started is that this build is going to be for somebody who's unlocked their first cap breaker. I know a lot of you have already unlocked your first cap breaker, or you're getting ready to unlock your first cap breaker and you're looking for a way to modify your build because those cap breakers can completely change the way you create your build. So I'm going to jump into the build template and I'm going to show you what I came up with. So you're going to go obviously with the center position, 7 foot on your height, 248 with the weight, and a max wingspan of 7'8". This is going to be perfect because at this combination, you can get a 91 strength, giving you gold break wall along with Hall of Fame box out beast, and you can get a 66 speed, which is going to give you gold high flying denier. I tried to do this on a 7'1" build, and you're not able to get that 91 strength with the 66 speed. So to start off with on the physicals, we're going to take our speed up to a 66. Like I said, this is going to give you the ability to unlock gold high flying denier. Keep in mind, this is a tier 2 badge, so you can use your tier 2 badge perk to get this badge on Hall of Fame. Now, as you can see, I took my agility up to a 50 for now, but we're going to come back to that. We're going to take our strength up to an 86. So using your second cap breaker with this build, you will have the ability to have a 91 strength. So that's something I want you to keep in mind with this build. You are going to have to use cap breakers to get the full potential out of it. But in the long run, this is going to be completely worth it. And as you can see, the 96 defensive rebound is going to get you Hall of Fame rebound chaser. But like I said, we're going to use our second cap breaker to get that 91 strength. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to take our defensive rebound down to a 91, and then we'll use our first cap breaker to take that up to a 96, and then we'll use our tier 1 badge perk to get legend rebound chaser. I know a lot of people created their builds with a 96 defensive rebound or a 96 offensive rebound or a 99 originally when they made their builds without their first cap breaker. So this is extremely important. Using your first cap breaker on this category is going to save you points to use in other categories. Now, one last thing I want to talk about with the rebounding. I know a lot of you guys like to create your builds with the 96 offensive rebound, and that's why in my mind, it's more important to have that defensive rebound so I can make sure I secure those and not allow the other team to get those easy threes off of offensive rebounds. And I know a 66 offensive rebound is pretty low, but like I said, I will show you a way to modify this build to get a higher offensive rebound, so make sure you're paying attention all the way through. But for now, we're going to take our interior defense up to an 82 to unlock that silver post lockdown badge, which is going to be really important against those bigs. Then we're going to scroll down and we're going to take our block to a 93. This combined with the interior defense, we're going to get gold paint patroller along with gold high flying denier like I mentioned earlier, combined with that 66 speed. Now we're going to go up to our playmaking. For now, we're going to take our passing accuracy up to an 87. Like I said, I'm going to show you several ways to modify this build, and one of those is going to include getting a way higher passing accuracy. But that 87 passing accuracy is going to be just enough to get you that gold break starter badge along with the LeBron James pass package. This is going to be really important when you're playing rec, especially with how overpowered the lane steals are. But for now, we're going to go scroll down to our steal. We're going to take that up to a 60, unlocking bronze interceptor. Then we're going to go to our perimeter defense and we're going to take this to a 62, unlocking bronze immovable enforcer. Now scrolling up to our shooting, we're going to take this up to a 74. I want you guys to keep in mind, if you get a 75 3 ball along with an 80 mid-range, this will unlock the glass gunner takeover, which boosts your rebounding and your three-pointer. But doing that, you're going to have to drop your wingspan to 7'7". Now, scrolling up to our standing dunk, we're going to take this all the way up to a 90, unlocking the elite big man contact dunks. Now, this is where you start getting into where you want to modify this build a little bit, but for now, I want you to see at this point of the build, you can take your driving dunk all the way up to an 89, unlocking the 1 foot and the 2 foot contact dunks, along with silver posterizer and Hall of Fame aerial wizard. Now, I want you guys to understand, an 89 driving dunk on a 7-footer, this is going to be extremely overpowered. There's no doubt in my mind I'm going to have to spend another $100 on this game because I have to create a build that can do this. There's no way that I can know that I can have a 7-foot center with an 89 driving dunk. And look, we're still at a 97 overall. So we still got plenty more that we can do with this build. Now, like I said, I'm going to show you a few things. You can take your driving layup to a 70 to get that bronze physical finisher. And then I highly recommend you take your close shot up to an 84 to get that silver paint prodigy badge. The bare minimum that I recommend you go on your build. And then I would take your post control all the way up to a 77, unlocking bronze unpluckable, silver post up poet, and silver post powerhouse, along with silver post fade phenom combined with that 80 mid-range. Keep in mind, if you get this to a 79, you will unlock this badge on gold. You're not going to be the most dominant post player, but you're at least going to have the ability to use those post moves, especially when you get switched on to smaller defenders. With the rest of your points, you can add those to agility or your free throw or your vertical or even your speed with ball, whatever else you decide. But like I said, I'm going to show you another way to modify this. Now, like I said, we're going to use our first cap breaker on our defensive rebound. And if you'd like, you could use your second cap breaker to get that 91 strength. Or you could drop your driving dunk down to an 84 along with your driving layup down to a 64. And then you can use those points to put in other categories as well. And you have 3 cap breakers, so this only makes sense to do. And you're going to get more out of your build in the long run. Once you create your build later on, if you would like, you could remodify the build again, but then you're going to have to spend more money on recreating your build. Now, if you're following with me, I'm just kind of walking through on some of the things that you can change. And if you'd like to get a higher offensive rebound, as you can see, keeping your agility at a 50, we've got our offensive rebound up to a 74. You can take your passing accuracy down to an 85 as well, and you would lose your gold break starter, and you're going to only get a 77 offensive rebound out of that. And you could drop your perimeter defense. If you don't think you really need your immovable enforcer badge, you can drop your perimeter defense to get a even higher offensive rebound as well. And you could drop your steal down as well to get even more points out of your offensive rebound. So honestly, this is just completely up to you. If you really want offensive rebound on your build, as you can see, we've got it up to an 87 at this point with a 57 agility as well, which I highly recommend that you do with this build. You want to be as agile as possible on the defensive end. And here's another thing you can do as well. You can take your driving dunk down to a 73 and just forget that 89 driving dunk. Keep that bronze posterizer badge, and don't forget to take your driving layup down to a 53 when you do this as well. And you can take your post control up to an 87, unlocking post up poet on gold, post powerhouse on gold, along with silver unpluckable. So if you want to be even more dominant with the post control and you want to have that silver unpluckable, this is another way you could go. But you're losing out on that 60 steal and that 62 perimeter, which honestly I think is kind of important to have, especially on a big man. A lot of people aren't expecting you to have at least that 60 steal. So you get the bronze interceptor, which is also a tier 2 badge. So you could use your tier 2 badge perk to get that on silver. But like I said, I highly recommend you put this on high flying denier to get this badge on Hall of Fame. Now, as you can see, I dropped my offensive rebound down to an 80, and I was able to get that 84 driving dunk as well. So I have an 80 offensive rebound, which isn't too bad. So honestly, this is another way you could go. And then you can make sure you keep your block at a 93. You can get your perimeter defense on a 62 as well. If you drop your offensive rebound down to a 79, and then another thing you could do is just drop your offensive rebound down to a 70. And like I said, you're going to have that 60 steal. Don't forget, the 67 steal is going to get you bronze glove. So you can also modify this build to get that badge as well. So basically what I'm getting at is sacrificing this offensive rebound, you're going to get a lot more out of your build. And honestly, a lot of times the other center is going to be in position with the defensive rebound and they're going to get it anyways. So having the defensive rebound is honestly the most important thing to have on your build. So in my mind, having a 66 offensive rebound is going to be just fine. You're not going to get offensive rebounds often, but at least you're going to have the ability to over those smaller defenders. And doing this, you're going to be able to modify your build to get a lot more out of it. As you can see, I've modified it to get an 89 passing accuracy as well. This is going to get you the Tyrese Halliburton pass package if you would like on your build, along with Silver Versatile Visionary, which might help out on those fast break passes. Now, this is another thing that I recommend that you do. Take your vertical up to an 83 and equip the Horse Takeover. This is going to give you +7 to your vertical and your defensive rebound. Using your first cap breaker to get that 96 defensive rebound, you're going to have a 99 defensive rebound along with a 90 vertical. But as you can see with this version of the build now, I have an 89 passing accuracy, giving me also Silver Versatile Visionary on this build. Using my first cap breaker, I will get a 96 defensive rebound, getting Hall of Fame rebound chaser. Like I said, I will be using my tier 1 badge perk to get this badge on legend. I would probably use my second cap breaker on driving dunk to get that on 89 to unlock the 1 foot and the 2 foot contact dunks. I just think this will be a lot more fun to play with if I have that versus a 91 strength. The 91 strength is going to give you gold brick wall along with Hall of Fame box out beast unlocked at 89. So this is something to keep in mind. Now I'm going to show you one last way to modify this. I promise I'm going to make this as quick as possible. Now I did split this clip up, but I just want to show you guys really quick. If you take your driving dunk down to a 73, you're going to be able to keep that bronze posterizer badge, and then you could take your passing accuracy up to a 94. And instead of using one of your cap breakers to get that 89 driving dunk, you can use your cap breaker to get a 99 passing accuracy. Now here's another thing you can do. You can take your driving dunk along with your driving layup down to a 65. This is the bare minimum to keep that 90 driving dunk. And then you can take your post control up to an 87, giving you gold post up poet, post powerhouse, and post fade phenom. You're also going to have silver unpluckable. So this is something to think about when you're making your build. You can go either way. And then you can also take your steel up to a 67 to get bronze glove with this version of the build. So sacrificing that 89 driving dunk is going to make your game a little bit more versatile in other areas. So this is something that's really important to keep in mind when you're making your build. You can go one way or the other, but whichever way you choose, I think that these are the perfect sweet spots to create this 7-foot center. Now, as you can see, I'm going through the attributes. I did want to show you guys really quick. I want to take the build back to having that 89 driving dunk, so I will fast forward through this. But I do want you guys to see that this build does come out to being Joel Embiid. I will show you how to get that name on your template if you would like. And in order to do that, you're going to have to take your mid-range down on the final version of the build, and then you're going to take your free throw up to a 62. So you're going to sacrifice that 80 mid-range, which honestly might not be that important, just depending on if you need that 80 mid-range threshold for a specific jump shot that you're using on your build. So that's another thing to think about when you create this. But as you can see with the 80 mid-range, you don't get that Joel Embiid shades of. So I'm going to jump back into the builder, and then I'm going to drop my mid-range down to a 79, and we're going to take our free throw up to a 62. And this is going to give you shades of Joel Embiid. So one last quick rundown of the build from top to bottom. You're going to have an 84 close shot, giving you silver paint prodigy. The perfect sweet spot, you must have this on your build. An 84 driving dunk, you're going to use your second cap breaker to get an 89 driving dunk, unlocking the 1 foot and the 2 foot contact dunks, along with a 90 standing dunk. So you're going to get the elite big man contact dunks, along with the 77 post control, unlocking silver post up poet and post powerhouse, along with silver post fade phenom and bronze unpluckable, giving you the ability to have some type of post game on your build, along with an 80 mid-range and a 74 3 ball. So you're definitely going to be able to spread the floor. I highly recommend you learn how to use rhythm shooting with this build. It's definitely going to help out. I promise you'll be able to knock them down. If you need a jump shot, just let me know in the comments and I got you. Now we're going to move down to the passing accuracy. I'm not going to scroll down with this. Like I said, I'm doing a voiceover, so bear with me, but the 89 passing accuracy will get you the Tyrese Halliburton pass package along with gold break starter and silver vision visionary. I highly recommend you use the LeBron James pass package for those fast break passes. But if you're more of a half court set player, you can use the Tyrese Halliburton pass package. It's definitely better for those situations. You're going to have an 82 interior defense, giving you silver post lockdown, so you'll be able to get some stops against those toxic inside centers, but your build has the ability to spread the floor, so don't forget that the 3 is worth more than the 2. You have a 62 perimeter defense, unlocking bronze immovable enforcer, along with the 60 steal to get bronze interceptor. A 93 block, giving you gold paint patroller along with gold high flying denier. I highly recommend you use your tier 2 badge perk on high flying denier to get it on Hall of Fame. A 91 defensive rebound. Like I said, you will have to use your first cap breaker to get that 96 defensive rebound, and then you're going to use your tier 1 badge perk to get legend rebound chaser. A 66 speed. You need this for gold high flying denier. Do not forget the max agility that you can get on this build at 57, along with an 86 strength. Don't forget, you will need a cap breaker to get this on 91, unlocking Hall of Fame box out beast along with gold break wall. So this is something to keep in mind when you create your build if you plan on using your second or your third cap breaker. The build has an 83 vertical. Using that horse takeover, you'll have a 90 vertical along with a 99 defensive rebound on this build. So this build can do pretty much everything from rebound, defend the paint, spread the floor, post up and score on the inside, get lane steals. It's got pretty decent speed and agility for a big man, and that high vertical, I highly recommend you keep that at 83. It's really going to help with those rebounds. But as you can see with this version of the 79 mid-range, this build does come out to being Joel Embiid. Let me know in the comments, who do you think is a better center? Just out of curiosity, Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic? If you like this build, please don't forget to hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more build tutorial videos in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out. I did just recently drop a 6'4" build tutorial video. If you're looking to make a guard, or if you're looking to find a guard build for one of your friends to make, I highly recommend that you check out this video. I'll leave a link to it in the description and in the comments. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Demonics out.